Meho, 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 meho,
La la la
me.
la.
Ah,
Low,
ha, ha,
low,
ha, ha,
low,
ha,
low.
ha, 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 ha.
Welcome back to the next aid station. I am your host, Jake Kilgore, co-host Mick Garrison here on a bright and lovely Monday morning.
Good morning, sir.
Great morning. This week is Tahoe week.
Big week, bro.
Big week for all of us. Before we jump into the show, quick shout out to DC Peaks, our biggest and greatest and largest sponsor, the DC Peaks 50, a 50-mile race right here in our own backyard of Davis County. We also have a 55K and a 25K. Super pumped about that race this year. Coming off of SP50, that was really fun. So we got to watch all of our friends locally compete in the heat of what ended up being over 11,000 feet of climbing in a 50-miler.
Not 5,000.
We were a little off on our complete guess.
Well, following along with that didn't really exist.
There was no follow along.
That
So-
was frustrating for me.
Trying to message people, hey, do you happen to be there and know who is where and how the race is going?
Bill Hyatt stepping up for us,
Bill was huge.
Yeah.
We got a
giving
lot
us
of
some
updates.
updates.
So that was awesome. We did pretty well on our updates, I would say. We crushed the women's. We got 2 out of 3 on the
On our
men's.
predictions.
I got Jose right. You got it wrong.
I wanted to pick Jose, but I didn't want to just follow along with.
Yeah, I was smart. You were not as smart.
And I picked Liz to win it.
And you picked Liz.
She only took second.
Oh my gosh. I took
did
the
good.
I took the other Andrea. So I was part right. I picked Andrea.
Well, we did mention Andrea. We didn't post stuff prior to the race, but we did give her love.
We
So
did.
We'd encourage her to go back and listen to the other podcast. And Lainey, let's go.
She was huge. That was
Yeah.
awesome. Rounding out the podium. So also shout out to Rockstar this morning.
Inside of my coffee mug, obviously have Rockstar lemonade.
Cheers, mate. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She seems to really brighten up my day. So Rockstar coming through. They're rad. They were here last week, dropped off some goodies to make our Tahoe week just a little more special than it already was going to be.
Yep. Hannah swinging over. Love her. Canopy, cooler, some, was it all lemonade?
That's what I asked for.
Yeah.
I was like, give me the yellows, dude.
You love it. It's good.
Yeah. She's like, hey, what can we bring? Anything we can help with Tahoe? You guys have Tahoe coming up. And we're like, she's like, how many Rockstars? I'm like,
all of them.
Everything you have. Back up the truck.
Yeah.
So they backed up a big old truck and unloaded every yellow Rockstar recovery drink, lemonade, 160 milligrams caffeine. It's perfect.
Get your hydration energy boost on.
That's right. So this week, we did something really fun last week, which actually didn't make the podcast. If you subscribe to us, we have bonus episodes. Well, we don't, but maybe we'll have bonus episodes one day. We had a bonus episode that didn't make it into the podcast. Producer Steven cut it out of the podcast.
It was so cool that we didn't put it in.
It was so cutting edge. We didn't think you guys were ready for it. So we had to cut it out.
It didn't flow.
So we cut it out. But if you listened last week, you heard Mick and I go back and forth slightly on what was the toughest climb in any race. Like in a race format, what's the toughest climb? And then we had a little, if you guys follow us on Instagram, either on Next Aid Station or DC Peaks, or you follow me at the Jake Kilgore, either one, we tend to post these, but we just posted one last weekend that was Mick and I drafted. We drafted like the toughest climb in any race. And it was really fun for us. And so now we kind of want to integrate that into our podcast. So every week we're going to start with a draft. This week's draft is in a 100-miler, Mick. Top 5 things that we want at the aid station. So since we're going to draft. I'll draft 5. You draft 5. And then we're going to put it out to our audience to say which team wins in a best of 7 game series.
I love lists.
And
I'm a list guy.
You're a list guy. And
Yeah.
it's the NBA finals right now. Best of 7. So why won't we just roll with a best of 7? I got a team of 5. You'll take a team of 5. Who drafted first last time?
I did, so you get to pick.
I get to pick first?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you're gonna mess this up.
I think you're stupid.
You're like, Big League Chew bubblegum, first pick.
Okay. But it's the chaw, the stuff that you get.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Get a big old pinch of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I have my kids are in Little League Baseball. They're rocking that right now.
just the chaw.
Brings it back. Yeah.
The bubblegum chaw. So, okay. Best of 5. I will. So
Are you jumping right in?
so we need to set the groundwork, the
I gotta
rules a little
stretch.
bit.
Okay.
The rules will just be at any point in a 100-miler, what are you taking first? Because I eat different things like in the first 50K, then I'm going to eat the last 50K for sure in a 100-miler.
Well, then it's just the unknown. If you at a glance, you got your top 5 things in an aid station, just roll with that.
Boom, give me that.
Yeah.
Okay. With the 2024 draft aid station picks, the first overall pick going to Team Jake. Chicken noodle soup.
Oh, okay.
In a 100-miler, dude, I need my chicken noodle soup.
Let me pull up the big board here. Chicken noodle soup. So I have noodles on the list. That just
Yep.
That's that. Okay. Noodles are out. All right. You might make fun of me here, but it's what I'm picking. With my number 1 pick at an aid station, I'm picking water. Have fun at your aid station without water.
You could have taken water at 5.
I just took Jordan, bro.
Yeah, but you could have got away with water at 5.
I didn't know that.
I wasn't even, water and electrolytes just it wasn't even a thing.
So you're gonna roll up to an aid station. I'm like, can I fill up your bladders with some chicken noodle soup?
Yep. Okay, I should have made the disclaimer that electrolytes and water were givens, but apparently they're not. Good first choice. Water.
I thought so.
That's a great. Now I feel like I have to change my pick to number 2. I don't care.
Let me take it.
You know
I'm
why?
gonna crush you.
You know why I'm not taking electrolytes number 2?
Okay.
Because I put them in my drop bag, so I don't need it from the aid station.
Oh, okay.
Something that's not in my drop bag, pickles.
Oh, you're rolling pickles.
Number 2.
Okay. So you got noodles and pickles.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going Coke
Okay.
with my number 2.
Perfect. Because I would never take Coke. So I'm glad you took it. I can't wait till you take ginger ale number 3.
Mm-hmm.
You
all
are,
drinks.
are you? Okay. Number 3 for me. I love a good banana.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, bro.
Mhm.
Oh, trail running. Okay. Yes. So you have chicken noodle soup,
Pickles,
pickles,
bananas,
and bananas.
anything.
I got water, Coke, and I'm gonna go with quesadillas.
If you had your choice of quesadilla, just cheese?
Well, some runner I would want chicken,
Okay.
but some people
No
are
protein.
vegetarian, and
It's you, bro. This is your draft.
I want I don't know
Okay, quesadilla.
quesadilla.
Great.
I would if I'm like starving, I would rather have chicken.
Number 4
Yep.
for me.
Mhm.
Pick number 4. I like a good peanut butter and jelly square.
That's a solid pick.
PBJ square.
I like that. Okay. Nice. I will go, let me think here. With my 4th pick of the 2024 aid station draft, Team Mick selects chips.
Oh, I had that, dude. Lay's? I like the salt.
Everybody does.
Yeah, Lay's chip. 'Cause I like to grab them and then just like, I grab that. I grab a couple pickles, a banana, and a PBJ square. I grab those 4 almost every aid station in the first 50 miles, and I just start walking.
Yeah.
Every time. Those are my jam. So that's a solid pick.
Thank you.
Okay, for my fifth and final pick, since you took Lay's potato chips, I'm going to take my only liquid. And I've only started drinking this the last 2 races ever. And it goes back to my high school days with you.
Beer.
Warm Milwaukee brew
Oh.
stolen from the gas station. No. I am taking Mountain Dew.
Mm.
The last couple races, I don't know, man.
It's the same theory, but
Wait, no.
no.
I'm calling an audible. I don't want it. I can't believe I forgot this one on my list.
Okay.
Cut. I kept my hand on the piece when I moved.
Oh, some tournaments. Okay, go ahead.
When I moved the chess piece, my hand was still on it.
Okay.
So I'm going to move it back. I don't want Mountain Dew.
Okay, I was thrilled for you to take that, actually.
Watermelon.
Damn, what the hell? That's mine. Literally,
Let's go. Yes.
So
watermelon should have been number 1 for me. I can't believe I slipped to 5. I think I just stole the draft.
I can't believe that you just took mine and you're like, you know what? I don't really want Jose Ortiz. I'll take Michael Jordan.
Yep. I can't believe watermelon has saved my life in the Mogollon. I only had watermelon for the last 50K of Mogollon 100 because I couldn't eat anything else. How'd I forget? The natural sugars in the water? Oh my gosh. Watermelon is the GOAT.
Pretty disappointed right now. That was my pick. And it was like,
Raps.
I just had Dream Team on your ass.
Well, good luck on your 5th pick, sir.
All right. You got banana pickles. Those are good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take. I really would have taken fruit, but I'm going to take electrolyte drink.
So you have electrolytes, water, Coke,
quesadillas, chips.
Quesadillas. That's a pretty good meal. Very hydrated.
I would obviously do more than 5 for anybody who wants to sign up for DC Peaks. And I'll have real food, but I'm only allowed to pick 5.
This is why we make great. No, we make great race directors. You make sure we're hydrated. I make sure our team has food. Perfect marriage.
But I really like. You know what? I have chips. I like pretzels too. Grapes.
I guess those will get picked in later in the draft. Those are like 2nd round draft picks, though.
I'm going electrolyte drink.
Okay, congratulations. All right, we're gonna post that up and see which team wins, Team Jake or Team Mick.
Steven, good luck clipping that together. Sorry, buddy.
He just nods his head like you freaking idiot.
He just walks out.
Close the door. Are we still recording? Okay. There is our early morning draft aid station food and drink.
Here, yeah. Just squeeze some banana into their pack.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was good.
We have a lot to talk about, so we really have to jump into this episode. I'm gonna let you take the reins here.
Tahoe 200 starts Friday, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Friday.
Okay, we're headed down Wednesday. Why are we doing this? What is your why? Like you get an adventure out of 100K or 100 miler. Why the 200?
That's a tough opening question because I think we're gonna have to extract it over a number of questions.
We will, but you signed up for this race.
So I signed up for this race like 2.5 years ago. No, 3 years ago. Because right now, so today's Monday, the 10th of June. And did you know that 2025 Tahoe 200 registration is open right now?
No, I didn't.
It's open for 2 weeks and then it closes. And then the lottery takes place, I want to say, like in July or August.
So if you want to sign up right now, there's no lottery. You can just...
No, it's lottery.
Oh.
So you got to put in there's a window, put in for the lottery.
Oh, I see.
And then I believe the lottery's like in a month or 2.
Okay.
So she gives you like a year advance notice, like 9-10 months of sign up, like after the lottery to prepare. So I signed up, dude. I want to say it's been 3 years that I signed up. I was like, yeah. And then I got in I hit the lottery, got in to the 2023 race. And we had record snows in Tahoe and Utah, right? Last year. So they pushed the race to like middle or end of July. And I wasn't feeling that. I was like, yeah, that kind of messes with my schedule. I got family vacations. I got this, that. I don't really want to do Tahoe in July. So she allowed you to defer if you didn't want to do July because she knew it'd mess with everybody's race schedules, especially Triple Crown people, right? So I deferred, and here we are.
Well, maybe it's different reasons now than then, but I'm just curious. I'm like I have no desire. A lot of people think it's crazy. Why do you want to do a 200 miler? Why did you? And is it still the same reason?
I think today my answer is I am very much I covet the experience. Like I'm more of an experienced person than I am a possessions material person. Like for my birthday, I would much rather you be like, "Hey man, let's go do this together for your birthday," versus like, "Here's a new pair of shoes." Like I'd rather go experience something. Christmas, holidays, I just think we're still relatively young. I want to experience this while I can. Because I can't go back when I'm 60 and be like, "Oh man, I wish I remember those shoes you gave me on my 45th birthday. That was awesome." But I will say when I'm 60, dude, when I did the Tahoe 200 when I was 45, that was freaking rad, dude. That was awesome. Just the adventure and experience, I think, is like, where else are you going to get that? That's a big part of it. A big part of it is that. I would say the other part of it is like, I happen to be wearing my next aid station shirt and hat, but it's like a freeing experience. Yesterday was 8 years ago to the day that I self-surrendered and went to prison.
Is that happy anniversary?
Yeah, are you supposed to celebrate that?
That's like when something's sad on Instagram. Do you like it?
Yeah, like, ooh, can I dislike that? Because
But you
that
don't want to dislike it either. It's just like recognized.
I see you, just
Yeah,
eyeballs.
just okay, like
Yeah.
share my love.
So I think this venture and ultra running for me and pushing new heights. Like there's the physical experience of like, what's it gonna feel like to complete 200 miles? You don't know till you do it, emotionally, mentally, physically. But I think like the prison experience that has forever changed me and my family. I think that the next aid station mentality coupled with this big race is like, hey, we're all doing this together. We're all going up there to do this. And like, we're going to support me in doing this. And so it's a big part of it. And I'm not quite sure how to put all into words other than like, I have said it before, but running to me is like the ultimate freeing experience. You get to run as long as you want, as fast as you want, on whatever trails you want to go on. And you can explore that freeing at whatever willingness that you have and want to go do. Where for such a long time, I couldn't make a lot of personal decisions or family decisions because I had this looming dark cloud of an indictment, trial, prison, probation.
Mhm.
For a freaking decade, it was like I couldn't make all these decisions or do whatever I wanted. To me, running is the ultimate FU to a lot of people in my life. That's like, I get to go do this. And you can't tell me I can't. And running to me is out in the wilderness and in the mountains. And like, I get to go do that. And I'm blessed enough to have the health and physical health and strength to enjoy all of that because that's ultimately what I love doing.
That's amazing. So, was there like a person or a particular race that sparked your interest in the 200?
When I signed up 3 years ago, I went to Tahoe that year for the first time ever and fell in love with that place. And I went running every morning on these big 2-3 hour runs on unknown trails, unknown mountains. And there's lakes everywhere. It's not just Lake Tahoe, but there's like lakes, ponds, like big lakes, dude, up there. And I would just be laying in bed at night and I'd pull up all trails and be like, I'm going to go hit that one. And the trails, dude, are just perfectly groomed. Like the trail system up there makes ours look like Mickey Mouse, dude. Like it is so rad. And I was like, I love this place. Like my ultimate dream, the reason I work so hard and we build companies together is like I've always wanted a mountain lake house. That's like my dream. Now Bree wants a beach house. Okay, well maybe we'll see. We got to work real hard. I'm not against the beach house. Love the beach house. But my dream is like financially is like a mountain lake house. So we went to Tahoe and had this whole experience up there and I'm like this place is unreal. I feel like I could run forever. That's what led to like I should do a race up here. I looked at the 100 and then I was like at that point I think I'd done a handful, 2 or 300s, 3 or whatever it was, 3 or 4 and I was like, maybe I'll do the 200. I was like, I'll put in for the lottery and I probably won't get drawn out anyway. I'll just put in for it. It's a year out. And then it hit. So that's kind of how Tahoe came up. It was more about the location than it was the distance of the race. It was more like, dude, this place is unreal.
Interesting.
I got to race
Okay.
here.
So, out of all the 200, it had to be this one.
Yeah, Moab didn't really appeal to me. The desert, the heat, the
Service roads.
service roads. 240 sounds way longer than 200. I think Bigfoot is appealing. That's some serious climbing, but I think if I'm gonna go choose to run and like travel somewhere, I kind of like the high alpine, like pine needle, big trees. Like I'm a big tree guy, so
Yeah.
Washington, Oregon, Tahoe, those just sounded awesome.
That's cool. Didn't know that. Okay. So, we roll down Wednesday. You like your training block? How's your body feel? How's your mind?
So I like my training block. You can probably feel the hesitancy there. I took 4 weeks off completely. So I ran Zions, did a lot of like running miles and a little bit of vert. It was kind of hard to get it in March and April. I took 4 weeks completely off. I think I ran like 3 or 4 miles, just like on a Saturday. So I basically took 4 weeks off and then like recommitted to Tahoe. So I'm like, okay, I got to get going now. I got 4 weeks to go. And I put in 60 to 70 miles and like 20,000 feet of vert. 3 out of 4 weeks. The 1 week I didn't, I was in Southern California and did, 50 or 60 miles and like 10,000 feet of vert, which was all like repeats on hills, repeats on stairs, just trying to get climbing. But this last week, my big week, I did not taper. So that's a little bit in my head right now. But I also feel very, very confident in my head of like, no, dude, I just knocked out 67 miles and 23,000 feet of climbing the week leading into the race. That's a big week.
That's something.
But it wasn't like
People probably have an opinion on that.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. And it's not like I just rolled out of bed and did that. Otherwise, I'd be super sore. But I had a really good base of miles training for Zions, right? March, April, I was super good base of miles. So I really just wanted to climb. So my training block was different than it's ever been, which was climbing in the mornings for an hour to hour and a half. And then I would do about a 5 to 7 mile Bonneville Shoreline Trail kind of run in the afternoons. So I went 2-a-days for about 2.5 weeks. So totally, I've never done 2-a-days ever in 10 years of running. First time ever. And I felt strong. I felt good. I was recovering. I was eating well. So I think the short answer is I feel really confident about it. I got a couple little things going on right now. It's like, oh, that doesn't feel right. That needs a little TLC, but nothing I'm gonna like say that's the reason that this went wrong or the race this or that. I feel really strong, like really, really strong right now.
So you'll have what? 9 days? Is that true? Of doing nothing? Just chilling, resting, recovering?
Nope.
You're not going to get from
6.
Oh my gosh.
6 days.
Okay.
So my last run was my longest run of my training block, which I don't think you're supposed to do.
In the heat,
I don't think if I hired
double grander.
Killian Korth or Jeff Browning or Michael McKnight as my coaches, they'd be like, yeah, go for a 7-hour run in the heat on Grandeur 7 days before the race. Go do that. Go do your longest run.
Where your legs have gerbils in them, the muscle spasms.
Bro, my last run, I did Grandeur 3 times. It took 7 hours. And on the third time, I was on the west side, and it was 90 to 94 degrees, cooking me on the west at noon. I was high noon, bro, climbing Grandeur. I didn't have enough electrolyte. I didn't have enough nutrition. And it took me forever to get up that thing. And the whole time in my head, you know what I was thinking?
Sure wish I had one of Mick's aid stations for some electrolytes.
Sure wish I would have picked water first. Yeah, dude, I was hiking going, this is what it's going to feel like next week in Tahoe. Just one step in front of the other. This is a mental training block. You know how many times?
Bank.
3 times. I haven't told you this yet. 3 different times I thought about going back down West Grandeur and running around Mill Creek Canyon to my car.
You're going to DNF your training run.
Straight up. I started and I was 5 minutes up that very first steep part. And I was like,
first mile so hard.
And I was like, this is not a good idea. It's too hot. I am too tired. I'm going to end up with an extra hour on my feet than I wanted. I wanted to do 5.5, 6 hours. I felt like that was a great last training run. Ended up being 6 hours and 50 minutes. And I knew I was going to be overtime. And I was like, I don't want to overtrain. So I thought about turning around. And I was like, no, I'm not talking myself into freaking DNFing my training run. Then I got half mile and then a mile. I got a mile up and I got a mile and a quarter and I got to the halfway point and I sat down and I sent you a text. I was basically.
Oh, yeah. You're like, I've never sat down.
I've never sat down on a training run ever in my whole life. And I sat down.
I've only seen you. Yeah. When I was pacing you at Ute 100, you sat down in the middle of the trail.
Yeah.
That was a hard climb. I'm like,
that climb was insane.
Did this twice. Yeah. So anyway, okay.
So you know what got me through it was I was thinking about Tahoe, and I had to have that carrot in front of me that I was going for. I had to have that next aid station. What's the next aid station? Well, there wasn't an aid station, right? It was just I got to get to the peak. And in my head, I was like, you know why I'm going this way? Instead of going down the mountain and running around up Mill Creek Canyon on the road. Because I got to get to my car either way. I'm not calling an Uber, right? I have to get to my car. So I can go up and over and drop down.
Yep.
Or I can run all the way around.
The new pipeline trail.
Yeah.
Goes right to it.
Goes right to it. And I was like, no, I want to go up and over because top 5 favorite downhill training runs for me in all of northern Utah where we train is East Grandeur. Like that trail from the peak down to Church Fork, that is top 5 for me. I love running that downhill, and I'm like, it's shaded. There's a bunch of water crossings, rivers, and a waterfall, and I'm like, That's my motivation. I'm going to get to the top and get to my favorite downhill, and I'm going to fall into the river and just cool off. Because if I go road, there's no water.
Yeah.
I'm cooked. It's easier on my legs, but I'm going to get cooked with no water. I'm still going to be in the heat. And I was like, nope, I'm going the hard way because it's going to be that much more rewarding.
Interesting.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I've never done that on a training run.
Then you went laid in the river.
Yeah, dude.
Well, let's hope it pays off. You just rest. You got your recovery boots.
Yeah.
Getting your fuel on.
I've got a little patellar tendonitis going on right back here, right behind my right knee.
Yeah, just rest.
She's sore, but I'm fine.
Okay, so we go down. You have your pre-race rituals. You changing anything? You're just rolling the same?
I'm changing nothing. I know what I'm going to eat.
What are you going to eat?
I'm going to eat some hamburger, avocado, and eggs. I've been eating it for the last 4 or 5 weeks.
You got your chef?
Got my chef, got my in-house chef with me. Shout out Hen Dog. And I'm hitting that. Let's see. I will wear my DC Peak shirt at Packet Pickup.
Represent.
So we can say hi to Candace that way. I'm ready to go.
Okay, so I'm list guy. You're list guy.
Mm.
When you think of a 200 miler, that's like daunting. That's like, I'm like, whoa, that's something.
You've been telling me for a long time. I want no part of that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like get in your head that you can't do it. You trained your ass off, whatever. But I'm just curious of your mindset going into it. If you're listing things that you're like, okay, these are the things that I am aware of that might be a problem. Do you think it's the no sleep? Do you think it's the stomach, like the eating, running that long? Is your body just wrecked running 200 miles? List guy, what are the hardest challenges of a 200 miler?
To me, inexperienced, it's the unknown. That's it. That's the only thing in my head right now is the unknown territory of anything past 110 miles and sleep deprivation. That's all it's in my head right now. Is like, when will I sleep? How long will I sleep? That's it.
Do you have a strategy for that?
Sleep when I'm tired. My strategy for 100 milers is run when you feel good, walk when you don't. If you feel good, run. Just run. Log some miles. Get some miles behind you. Feel good. You don't need to be burning matches and sprinting, but jog it out. Run. If you don't, then walk. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Same strategy for me will be going into the 200s. Like, if you're tired, pull over, sit down, take a quick 10-minute nap. Maybe it's going to be a 2-hour nap. I don't know. But if I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. If I'm not, I'm going.
It needs to be that, like, the second you lay down, you can fall asleep. Can't be laying there tossing and turning.
No, I'm not going to lay down unless I know.
Unless you know.
I can just get a quick cat nap.
What do you think are your strengths as a runner? What's going to get you through this race?
I'm incredibly stubborn, I think. Very, very stubborn. I don't. Failure really eats at me. It really eats at me. I've battled back and forth in my life with, do I love to win or do I hate to fail?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one I am because I'm not winning any races.
I know which one I am.
So as a runner, I hate to freaking fail.
There you go.
But if I'm playing a board game with 6 people, I want to win. I want to win. Like, you don't fail if you take second, you just didn't win. I'm like, no, dude, I want to win that game.
I was thinking about the University of Utah football team. I love them. And when they win, I'm like in a close game, my heart rate is through the roof. And when they win, I'm not really that happy. It's just relief. I'm like, oh my gosh, ugh. But when they lose, I'm pissed.
But so there's no real excitement or enjoyment when they win. It's like, okay,
I know. I'm like,
just
in an
relieved.
honest moment, I'm just relieved when they win. Because I'm like, no, I want big things for them. I want them to win the division. I want them to go to the national championship. I'm like, so that win is, I'm not celebrating that. It's on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bigger goal here. So I'm like, I'm just relieved when they win, but I'm pissed when they lose. So I'm like, I think that and that's not even me. That's just my competitive nature. I'm like, I think I hate to lose more than I actually like to win.
I feel like I'm probably that way for sure in running because I'm not winning anything. But losing, the only way you lose is if you quit or you DNF. And then there's all the backdrop of like, oh no, but I still learned this and I can still silver lining that. I'm with you.
Couple
Tons of
times.
silver linings, right? You can learn a ton. And you do. You learn so much about yourself and about the course and about running when you DNF. And I've got 3 of them. And I know. So I've learned. You know what I've learned? I don't like to DNF. That's what I've learned. Like, that's the biggest lesson I learned every time I DNF. I don't like that feeling at all.
So your number one strength as a runner is your mental toughness.
I don't know. I think I'm very mentally strong. I think I'm really freaking stubborn. I'm uber competitive. I think another strength, if I'm list guy and we're drafting, like, I think you and I are really good at the strategy. We might be some of the best strategists in the ultra game because we approach everything like a business.
Mm.
And we just go balls deep into any of it.
It's fun, huh?
Like, we just dive in, digest. Oh, I'm texting you. We're looking it up again the next day. I think we spend a lot of time strategizing because we love it. Like, that's just what we enjoy doing. I don't know if it's my strength, but I think those are accumulation of strengths that's probably
interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't said anything like on the actual running side of it. Because I would say, like, some people might say like Liz Butler would say, well, my strength is climbing.
I'm
I
a really
love
good
to
climber.
climb.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I bomb the downhills. I make up time on the downhills. I'm really good at that. Some people are like super good cardio and they can hold the speed, the lactic acid. They could just cruise at that pace. And you're like, holy cow. And I wondered what you would say about yourself.
Yeah. I mean, you know me as a runner better than anyone on earth. So my strengths are like the cruising running speed, where it's like the undulated Bonneville shoreline. Like, I think that's probably my strength in that realm. Downhill would be my strength, but I think that's my Achilles heel because I love to run downhill fast and that'll just blow me up.
Mm-hmm.
So entering this race, I'm very aware of just chill out on the downs, dude, especially early because I'm going to be so excited to be in Tahoe on my favorite trails. Running anything downhill on single track, I got to pull the reins back.
Well, that's good. My next question, you just alluded to it. What would be your weakness as a runner? What do you need to watch out for? To not blow this thing up.
Oh, I am gonna jump if I jump out too early and run with the lead pack or what I would consider the sub elite pack. I find myself running with the sub elite pack a lot.
You kind of run like your pace is usually around like the female winner.
Female podium.
Yeah.
That's my jam. That's how I know Elle. That's how I know Liz. That's how I know all these like podium runners because that's who I hang out with, dude. Like, we're the same speed, same strength. Like, with Elle and Liz, I beat them on the downhills every time. And next climb, oh, hey, what's up? They're right behind me and then they're passing me. because they can climb. And so I don't want to run Tahoe 200 with Mika Fuse. I'm telling you that right now. If I am running with
Oh, yeah.
Mika, we're in trouble,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
So I probably,
So,
I
yeah, you'd say don't go out too hot.
yeah, like there's this chick, Jessie Morton Langenhog from Utah, and I've got her on my watch list, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But I kind of see myself running at that pace.
Okay.
So yes, to answer your question, if I'm running in the top 10 in the first 50 miles, you need to slap me when you see me, because that probably shouldn't be the case.
Okay. This is so if you had like a superhero power for this race, like I've been in races and I'm like, I would give anything right now to just reset to how I felt at the start of the race. What could I do? What could I do if I'm halfway through this thing and I felt like I did at the beginning? I'm like, God, that'd be fun. That'd be so fun. I'm like, go up and catch these guys.
And mile 140, you just
Well, I actually thought about it when I was at Pacific Mine at Speed Goat.
Mhm.
I'm like, if I was fresh right now, if I had a superpower and I could just be, whoop, I just had 8 hours of sleep, and I'm like, what would it feel like to just be like, what's up, Hayden Hawks? That'd be crazy, dude. What would you pick? Would you want Kilian Jornet's speed, but your own energy levels?
Wow. Because some of these ultra runners that we know legit have superhero powers, dude.
I know.
Like
I know.
Jeff Browning.
I know. He
What-
doesn't. Did you know that he
Father
doesn't?
Time.
Did you know that he doesn't get tired?
Did you know he doesn't
That's what
age?
That's what it seems
Is that what it's
like.
called? Like LeBron, they call it like Father Time. Is that what
Yeah.
it's called? That's Jeff Browning. He could just run until he's 100. Dude, Mike McKnight runs 100 milers with 0 calories. What do you think he's drafting in the aid station? I don't know.
Raw milk.
Headlamp. It's like, I don't need any food.
Pizza and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me give you an example. Like more of a realistic one. If I could have a superpower, I would just be like, boom, no IT band issue on my right knee. I would just love that. And then it's just gone, and I could just do my thing.
Okay. I think I know what mine is.
Okay.
I would say in my stage of career and life and family, my most valuable possession is time. And I'd never have enough of it. So my superhero, my superpower would be I get to go train every day for as long as I want, and I don't lose time.
Oh, nice.
So I would leave, I would get my 8 hours of sleep. I'd get up at 6 a.m. and I would go run for 3 hours.
You get back and it's
Come
6
back
a.m.?
and it's 6 a.m.
Okay.
Right, cool. So
That's
so
fun.
my superpower would be anytime I'm training, the time just stops. That's it.
I like that. Okay. What music are you going to listen to? Are you going music? No music? Are you going podcast? What are you going to do?
I've never gone podcast in a race. I'll tell you that I'm going to listen to this podcast on our race because I love listening to our own podcast when it comes out. So
Keep going.
Mick, you
This
look
will end.
so good. Yeah, Jake, run faster right now.
Did you just say, Mick, you're so good?
You're so good looking, Mick.
Huh.
I'm
The truth
uncomfortable.
comes out.
So I will do that. I plan on listening to music. I would say for the last 3-4 years, I go no music for 50K. None.
Start the race, face your
Start the
mountain.
race. I want to face my mountain. I want to enjoy. I want to hear the birds. I want to hear the rivers. I want to get to know the runners around me. So I hang out with everyone and I force myself to just go no music. Because then it's like something to look forward to at 50K. I grab my music and I throw it in because that's typically when the heat starts to settle in, kind of might start feeling a little bit of tired, or maybe you went too hard or whatever. I typically find myself alone for several hours, right around mile 25 to whenever the race ends. So I typically will go music from that point until I get a pacer.
But what are you going?
So I will go music.
What are you going to listen to?
I have a Tahoe playlist that has been
So you
started.
have thought of this.
I have thought of this. My daughters and I started creating a playlist. We're all dropping music into a playlist.
You going Post Malone?
I don't have Post Malone in there today.
That's what I would pick.
I've been going tons of Post Malone, Juice WRLD, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen. So I'll go country and rap, and I like to just mix it up. But this playlist that I have for Tahoe is country. So it's got Luke Combs, and I've got quite a bit of Taylor Swift in there, actually.
Oh, Elle's so happy right now.
Does she love Taylor Swift?
She listened to Taylor Swift all of Moab 240.
The whole time?
I think so.
She probably didn't even get it to all the songs either.
I think she did like 8 times.
That's funny.
Because I think she just picked her like favorite album or two.
So yeah, I have a playlist for Tahoe, but I also will just, I think once I go through that playlist once or twice, I'll probably just hit shuffle and just roll with whatever.
Do you have a song that you like embarrassed for people to know that you like?
No. I mean, I just told the whole world that I am going to listen to Taylor Swift. So I think that answers your question.
There was a Charlie Puth.
Mhm.
Is that his name?
Uh-huh.
There was a song of his that I liked, and I'm like, I'm not letting anybody know that I like this song.
I'm not telling anyone. You know,
Because most of them are so douchey, but this one I was like, oh, I
it's got a
actually
little,
like that song.
Yeah.
No one's looking. I'm like listening to that song. You don't have any of those?
No. I am probably most excited in my playlist to have Zach Bryan, Luke Combs, Taylor Swift, Lumineers. That's kind of the playlist right now. It's gonna be fire. I'm like saving those songs. I'm not listening to them for like a week or two. I'll play them here and there because we're boating or whatever. But even on my runs right now, I listen to all my old stuff, my Post Malone and my rap and stuff like that. Because I'm like, no, these songs are gonna be like, they're gonna hit real nice in Tahoe.
If you could have anybody in the world, runner or not, pace you, who would it be?
My dad.
Hmm.
Just hang out with my dad. I'd probably say my dad, my father-in-law. I'd just kick it with those dudes forever. There's just so much knowledge to be extracted, and just their stories and their lives they've lived, and like, they're in their late 70s, and I'm like, dude, they'll never be able to do an ultra. But if they could go do one and kick it with me, that
Go
would
run a 50K with them.
be freaking rad, dude. Those two dudes would be awesome.
Cool. Love that. Do you the crew that you picked? You feel good about that? Why did you pick the crew that you have?
We have an army going up there. And I just watched Sally McRae's documentary last night. And she had like 4 people. Like Billy Yang and her husband Eddie. And then like maybe 1 or 2 other pacers or something like that. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I have too many people going. Bro, we have an army. We got a crew of 20 going. Now it's like my kids. There's a couple homies. There's you, a couple pacers.
But it's also Tahoe.
Your family, your whole family's going. I think our crew is elite. Like, I feel like Dale Earnhardt Jr. I'm going to roll in and I'm going to sit down and I don't think I have to do anything. Are you guys feeding me? You'll feed me, right?
Yeah, Jen's got you set up with the IV.
So you'll feed me, IV me, wash. I got Jance washing feet.
That's the job he got.
Yeah, I put it on. He saw it on the spreadsheet. He's
He-
like, Jake, I'm washing your feet. He's like, yes, sir. He's like, bet.
You will call me Jesus.
Exactly. So, no, I don't know. Yeah, I think the crew it couldn't be better. It's awesome. There's, not it's Father's Day weekend. It's really hard. It's kind of a big ask to ask anyone to crew you or pace you on Father's Day weekend. That's hard. I would say that's like if there is a tiny little downside to Tahoe, I think it's the week that she chose.
Yeah, that's rough.
The race used to be in September. And then they moved. It was like the week after or week of Wasatch. It used to be the week after Wasatch. She moved it to June like 3-4 years ago. And I would say that's really hard for families. And I mean, dude, ultra is hard enough on your family. It takes so much time away from work and from family. And then you're like, oh, hey, got this big race over
Yeah.
Father's Day. Who doesn't care about their dad and loves me more? So I picked Mick. Mick, what are you doing for Father's Day?
I am bringing my kids with me.
Okay.
And my son was born on Father's Day.
Well, turn up then.
Let's go.
And you're not going to go see your dad?
We are going to Reno.
Dad? You, right?
So you got Elle. She's got a 240-mile finish, podium finish. You've run a lot of miles with Liz Butler. She can climb. That'll be good. You got Jen. She's the party.
Yep.
She's there to brighten the mood. I feel like I know how to pace you better than anyone. And I'll roll with you twice. And then you got your daughter doing a section on Father's Day, Taya. That's exciting. Those are your pacers.
Yeah, I showed Taya that list yesterday, and she was so pumped that I had all these like amazing women. She's like, that's so rad, Dad.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome. She has a girl power tattoo. So she's all about the girl power.
Cool.
She's like, that is so awesome. She calls them baddies. She's like, you got all these baddies pacing you. I'm like,
They
I
are
know.
baddies.
I'm like, and Mick, he's too. She's like, I know I said baddies.
I'm a baddie. Silence of the Lamb style.
Yeah, but it's true. Well, dude, this is super unique for me, this whole pacing thing. I haven't had a pacer in 2 years. And I've never, in the history of my running, had anyone pace me not named Mick Garrison. Ever. So this whole pacing experience.
Jose paced you once.
Oh, you're right. That's right. My bad. Sorry, Jose. Jose did pace me in I'm Tough.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like this, I hope I'm not stressed about the pacer or their speed, or I'm not annoyed with them, or they bug me, or it was really hard to find a pacer. Pacers, I mean, I reached out to a bunch of people. I would say the ones that are pacing are very intentional as well, where it's like, no, these, like you said, Liz and Elle, incredibly experienced, super strong. I think they're going to be awesome. Jen, incredible climber, very experienced. She loves to be in the mountains. But I picked Jen because her attitude, and she's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, she is going to give me a pick-me-up right when I need a pick-me-up.
Yeah.
Like, she'll be perfect.
Facts.
And you're right about Taya. Like, me getting to spend last year was like, I ran with her on her first marathon. That was super dope. On her birthday, on her 19th birthday, we ran the Ogden Marathon together. This year, she gets to pace me. First time ever pacing me. First time in Tahoe, like running together on Father's Day. That'll be pretty special. So definitely the pacers that I have are just huge shout out pre-race, because they're gonna be freaking perfect.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so stacked field. Have you had a chance to look at that?
Oh yeah. I have stared at the field many times.
How you feeling about that? You ready to compete for podium? Let's go.
Dark horse. Yeah, no. No. But my goal, very, very well known. My goal is to finish. That is the goal. But I'm not just go finish guy. Like, I want to compete. And I want to compete with myself. And I want to compete with the field. That doesn't mean I want to compete to win it or podium. I want to, I am racing. We had this discussion last week. I'm
Yep.
not holding anyone's hand, rolling through the finish line. I'm racing. Like, I'm putting a lot, and I want to go race, which means I need to be careful, but I also need to. I want to see what my body can do and the limits it can do, and I have this whole mentality of I only do races one time, so I gotta finish because it'll eat me up for the rest of my life if I don't. B, finish at and push my body as hard as it will go. Otherwise, I'll be like, oh, I could have done this better, that better. So there's a fine line between hitting my goal time, which I think, my goal time is going to be somewhere in the 60, 70 hour range. I think that's a very good time for me. But finishing is definitely the priority, is to finish. But if I can hit my goal time, obviously we're all going to be pushing for that.
Okay, that's good. You want to throw out your picks?
We could jump into the picks. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So that's my pre-race. My mind is right. I'm ready to go. We got the female field. I've got a bunch of females on my watch list.
Okay, hit it.
The men's, I don't have nearly as many.
I mean,
which one do you want to do?
I feel like it would be a mistake not to roll with Killian Korth. He's not going to have breathing issues down here. Up there?
Up there. I think we have to say up.
He's not going to have the breathing issues.
If you can have a speech impediment with there, or is everything okay?
I just went Jack, my 5-year-old.
You get to Lake Tahoe and you just start talking like Jack.
He's not going to have breathing issues in Tahoe. And
okay, let's break down the men's.
There's always somebody, but you got Mike McKnight.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling about the men's?
Bro. Harry Subertis?
He's not he's not gonna lose.
Bro, Harry just set the course record at Cocodona. And he 59 hours.
I don't see him losing.
The big question for Harry is he recovered? Can you go and knock out course record, beat the course record by 10 hours in Cocodona, and bounce back in 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, and win the Tahoe 200? Is he recovered is the question.
Yeah, and at the same time, well, I mean, Killian did all the mileage too. He did it struggling.
So Killian did 150 miles.
Oh, he dropped.
Yeah.
That's right. I knew that he had the issue, and then he kept going.
And then he ended up dropping.
That's right.
So here's my watch list. I've got Harry Subertis, Cocodona course record holder.
Yeah.
Killian Korth, DNF Cocodona, did 150 miles. Is that actually going to be a benefit to him stepping into Tahoe?
I know.
He took second in Tahoe, I think, last year.
I'm also I want him to win.
You want Killian?
I do want Killian. I'm cheering for him. So it makes me, it guides me down this path of, no, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. I want him to do it, man. I feel like he's had a string of bad luck. He's super talented. And I think he can.
And I don't disagree.
But to beat Harry, holy God, I don't know if that's possible. I mean, it's possible, but I just don't know if it'll happen.
Yeah, dude. So Killian, last year, he ended up suffering through Cocodona 250. and finishing, going to the ER and all that. He did not race Tahoe last year, but he did bounce back and race Bigfoot 200. And he took third overall in that race. And he took second men's because you know who beat him, the Bigfoot 200 last year? Mika Thews, bro. She freaking beat Killian at the Bigfoot 200 last year.
She is a beast.
She's unreal.
Yeah, that's
So I'm with you on Killian. I want him to win. I'd love to see him win. I'm definitely cheering for him. And he's on my podium. But I don't know how it stacks up. Michael McKnight just posted his goals. That dude is going sub 48. That's what he's pushing for. A 48-hour Tahoe. So I think the winner of the Tahoe 200 is going to be pushing sub 48. So it's him, Killian.
I love that he's going for it.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
What I wonder what the difference is from Cocodona to this. Like, why is he going to be able to make up all of that
For
gap?
Mike?
No, to Harry. Oh yeah, for Mike.
What do you mean?
Harry, like his time in Cocodona was significantly faster.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm just curious what Mike McKnight's strategy is to make that gap up.
Well, yeah, we did mention this on the podcast when we did the post-race review of Cocodona. I never got a full race report from Mike on Cocodona, but my gut tells me that he probably wasn't feeling it early, probably had some issues at some distance, and decided not to push for something crazy.
Yeah, that's what I would
Just
wanna
like,
know.
let's just go finish. I think he finished around whatever, 10th or 15th, something like that. And I don't think he was like pushing to win that. His goal this year is like he's doing 6 200-mile races.
Well, not if he's going for sub 48 in this, he's going for it.
He's going for it in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a guy I want to mention, a runner. Two of them, two dark horses. Two men's dark horses I want to talk about. Adam Kopeny and Nathan Williams.
Okay.
I believe they're worth mentioning on my watch list. Nathan Williams last year in 2023 ran an 85-hour Cocodona. That's not slow, dude.
Nope.
And in 2021, he took second in the Bigfoot 200, and he took sixth in the Moab 240 that same year in 2021.
That's some experience.
You know who won both of those races, the Moab 240 and the Bigfoot 200 in 2021?
I'm going to say Courtney.
Michael McKnight. He was crushing it that year.
Yeah.
Coming off of COVID and all of his FKT stuff and had all of his mileage. He was absolutely destroying the scene in 2021. So I think that this Nathan Williams dude is someone to watch for sure. But I'm going to come out and I'm going to give you my podium and I'm going to give you my winner.
Okay.
My podium is Harry Subertis, Killian Korth, and Mike McKnight. I don't know how I go against those three dudes.
Great picks.
How do I go? I mean, those three are the kind of featured names going in.
Yes, for sure. It seems like there's always this
Yeah. I mean,
somebody that
and anything could happen in 200 miles.
Yeah.
It's just so long. So I'm going to go with them. And I don't know how I would go against him, but I'm going to pick Harry to win.
solid pick.
Who do you like?
I'm going to agree with you with Harry until somebody on this particular year shows me different. I don't know how you pick against him in this race.
Okay. So we're going to say he's recovered.
Yeah.
Okay,
How
so
strong he was just
late.
tracking Jeff Browning down. And then I'm like, that is some talent. That's some grit. And I do believe those other two could win, but you got to pick somebody, and I'm picking Harry.
Okay. On the women's side, a lot of women worth mentioning. I'm going to list them out for you.
Okay.
Tell me if you have any difference. I got Mika Hughes, Claire Banworth, Jessie Morton Langenhog, Melissa Lewis, Sylvia Lubix, Alicia Jenkins Browder, Laura Jones, and Amelia Cameron. We don't have enough time to break them all down. Anyone listening that knows those names, they have done phenomenal things at the long distance stuff. It's wild how many wins and finishes and podiums that group has. Claire Banworth, I think, won it last year. She won outright in 62 hours and 24 minutes. And last year, if you recall, the course was running about 215 to 220 miles.
Yeah. I heard people didn't love that.
And Candace made some changes to the course to get it back down to like exactly 200. I don't know what the changes were. I didn't research it. But Claire did that in 62. So trim off another 15, 20 miles. How fast is Claire doing it? And how fast is Mika doing it?
Yeah. That's going to be fun. And I'm going to position myself to watch this.
Oh, bro, you're going to be front row seat at the whole thing. That's unreal, actually. So, yeah, so Claire wins it in 62. On the female side last year, just so I'll give you a quick recap for those listening. Claire Banworth, number 1. Elsa Jaworski, number 2. Sally McRae, number 3. So Sally McRae, I mentioned earlier her documentary. She rallied.
She's so strong.
Her last 49-mile rally was insane.
So strong late. She's always strong, but like her endurance, like in those late, she is a machine.
You know how long it took her to do the first 95 miles because she was puking and coughing, and she took a 2-hour nap. All this stuff in the first 95 miles. 31 hours. 31 hours. Like, that's not fast.
And then she just rallied.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So she negative split the Tahoe 200 and took third. Pretty rad.
Yeah. Tough.
So, yeah, I'm very interested to see what Claire can do coming back. She'll go sub 60. Does she? I don't know. How different is the course? It clearly is different. It's shorter. So I like Claire to do well. On that watch list, I'll just quickly break down my podium are those first 3. Mika Hughes, Claire Banworth, and Jessie Morton Langenhog. That is who I'm going with. And I have to take Mika to win it.
Yeah, I agree. They're all strong, but it's kind of like Harry. I'm going to have to see. It would take her falling and going to the hospital and coming back.
And still taking, yeah.
Yeah. So just like with Harry, on this particular year, I'm going to have to see somebody go out and actually beat Mika. And I don't know. It's exciting, but
here's
I'm
the question.
Mika.
Does Mika overall podium? She's going to be right there, dude.
Who would you bump?
I mean, I think one of those 3 guys would DNF.
Oh, I love this bet. It's like
I mean, she was beating those dudes in Cocodona.
Okay.
And
yeah, you know what? If
they don't need to DNF for her to beat them. She's fast enough to beat those guys.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm going to say yeah.
Mika Hughes overall podium.
Yeah, dude. I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm putting $500 on it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
The money.
Yep. Just here.
Here you go. Yeah, that's going to be exciting to watch. I'm not sure how I'm going to watch it. Are you going to be giving me updates at the aid stations?
Yeah. If you care.
This is where people are at. But it
If you're
can't
not
be
just over there throwing up.
while I'm puking.
Yeah.
Jake, just this will make you feel better. Harry's 40 miles ahead of you.
Isn't that
Hey,
awesome?
F you, dude. I definitely want the updates and I want to know what's happening in the race. But dude, I can't have it demotivating. I can't like have it.
I don't think you'll care. You
Okay.
love the sport enough that you know that that's the level that they're at, and that's
I'll
it.
be like, holy crap, dude.
You don't need to get into it then. I'll just tell you who's winning.
I think I want the updates. Be prepared to give me all the updates because I think it'll be fun and distracting from my pains.
We're taking Starlink. I'll be giving all of our DC Peakers updates as well. So look forward to that. That should be fun.
I will have one of my daughters there going on the Jake Kilgore Instagram live. What do they call that? Instagram live.
Yeah.
Instagram live at every aid station.
Oh, great. Then I don't have to worry about it.
But she'll just go Instagram live, boom, and just the whole time I'm at the aid station.
Okay. Love it.
Capturing whatever we can capture. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I feel and sound tired today. Is that concerning?
Well, you've got a few days to rest. Once you hit one of those,
Drink more Rockstar.
hit one of those rock stars.
I've been hitting them. Yeah, I'm just a little off today. Monday
Well,
morning.
You
I don't
had
know.
you had an intense run in the
Yeah.
heat. Gonna take some time to recover. So just chill out.
Okay.
Get your recovery boots on. Relax, man.
Any advice for me closing out the Tahoe 200 pre-race episode?
Well,
Remember, I'm running right now and I'm listening to the show.
oh, while you're out there, just remember that it will end. It will end. And you're not gonna feel any better laying on the couch with a DNF. Just keep going.
Remember how it feels. Remember what those DNFs felt like 24 hours later.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel good.
You're trained. You're ready. You got this. Just keep your mind right because you're a competitive dude. And if you can just let it be that I'm out here and that's it, and I don't need to hurry, just do your thing. Just keep moving. Stop worrying about being fast. This is your reality for 3.5 days or whatever it is.
That's my world.
Yep. That's just what you're doing.
Okay. I will keep moving one step in front of the other for 3 days. Or whenever it finishes. Who cares? Maybe it's 2, maybe it's 4.
Yeah.
You never know. So we'll go out and grind. We will grind. We'll take this quick moment. If you haven't liked or given us a quick review on wherever you listen to the podcast, please do that. That'd be great. We got to get our show out there and create a little more awareness about the cool stuff we're talking about and the cool stuff we're doing. And you know what? We're having a lot of fun doing it. The next aid station has been really fun. This is kind of a cool format we have this year. Mick and I jamming, pretty much freestyling most of the episodes with some homework assignments in between. But hopefully you are listening. If you have any feedback for us, any questions, any topics, how about this? Hit us with a DM on Instagram if you have a cool draft idea. You're like, you guys should draft this. We want to hear you guys draft on that topic because we have a whole list of them for this season. But we're open to new ideas and new cool things to talk about. In the meantime, grab a rock star, sign up for DC Peaks. This has been the next aid station.